Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a genuinely fascinating, paradigm-shifting paper by John Barry. This is a theoretical framework that actually attempts to crack the ultimate code of our cosmic trajectory. We're looking at existence itself here, not just how the universe works on a micro level, but why it seems to be driving toward a specific, incredibly complex destination. We're unpacking the harmonic optimization hypothesis.
Okay, let's start by looking at what Barry identifies as the ultimate cosmic contradiction. You know the drill with standard thermodynamics, right? An isolated universe is supposed to decay inexorably toward a thermal heat death, a state of maximum entropy, featureless equilibrium, just zero localized organization. But then when we look at information theory and our actual day-to-day reality, we see the aggressive continuous emergence of highly correlated complex structures. We're talking biological life, advanced consciousness, artificial intelligence. They operate as dissipative structures, generating intense localized order at the direct expense of global entropy.
And that brings us to the billion-dollar mystery we're exploring today. If the fundamental rules of physics say that things naturally and relentlessly fall apart, why do deeply complex, interconnected things like biology and consciousness exist at all? How do we reconcile this massive global thermodynamic decay with the aggressive emergence of localized structural complexity?
Let's move into Section 1. The universe is optimizing.
To figure out this massive disconnect, Barry introduces a real game-changer of a framework. We're moving way beyond the idea of a universe that's just passively winding down. The Harmonic Optimization Hypothesis, or HOH, proposes that the universe isn't just equilibrating into thermal nothingness. It's actually acting like a massive distributed information network that is constantly algorithmically optimizing itself. By treating the total quantum state of the universe as a complex network of interacting subsystems, HOH suggests the cosmos is actively driving towards structural harmony, which mathematically means it's maximizing mutual information and deep interconnections between the nodes of the universe.
Now here is the crucial twist. We need to rethink entropy. Thermodynamic entropy is no longer viewed strictly as terminal decay. Instead, it provides the necessary variance. It is a brute force search engine. Those coarse-grained thermodynamic fluctuations provide the stochastic exploration needed to search through a massive configuration space, break down weak configurations, and eventually reward structural harmony.
This brings us to Section 2, the engine of complexity.
So how exactly do we get from random thermal noise to complex conscious life? Unlike standard thermodynamics, where a system evolves just to minimize its free energy and slide into a featureless equilibrium, OAH introduces something wild, a harmonic objective functional. This mathematical functional minimizes internal computational friction while actively penalizing uncorrelated noise and rewarding mutual information. And it's powered by what Barry calls a harmonic coupling constant. Basically, this inherent parameter radically forces an open quantum system to increase its interconnectedness to offset rising global heat. It's literally an evolutionary pressure built straight into the math of the universe.
The paper models this HY dynamical system using a modified Lindblad master equation, and it basically happens in 3 distinct steps. Step 1. The thermal noise operator shakes things up, exploring that vast configuration space. Step 2. The optimization operator kicks in as a gradient descent, acting like a structural ratchet. It only turns one way. Step 3. When a highly complex, mutually informative connection is found, click, the ratchet locks that structural harmony in. The universe learns, remembers, and builds.
Let's look at Section 3, testing the harmonic hypothesis.
Now, this isn't just abstract philosophy, it's absolutely testable science. A hypothesis is only as good as its predictive power, right? Well, Barry outlines 3 totally falsifiable predictions for open quantum networks. First, an anomalous resistance to the eigenstate thermalization hypothesis, which is the usual mechanism for quantum systems reaching thermal equilibrium. He predicts highly entangled states will actually resist standard thermal decay. Second, noise-induced structural ratcheting. This is the fascinating idea that injecting an optimal amount of thermal noise into a network actually accelerates its stability. And third, the monotonic, strictly upward growth of mutual information in complex systems over vast timescales. This is observable quantum physics.
Let's zoom out for Section 4, the cosmic loop. If we assume these microscopic mechanics are true, let's look at the massive, overarching timeline of the universe itself. Where's this optimized engine taking us? The paper suggests it's driving us asymptotically toward what it calls the omega point. At this theoretical omega point,
The universe has reached maximum localized information density, and localized dissonance just vanishes. At the same time, tracking with models of conformal cyclic cosmology proposed by Sir Roger Penrose, absolute maximum global entropy dictates that mass effectively approaches zero as the universe becomes dominated by massless radiation. It's a transcendent, scale-free, asymptotic geometry.
Because this final state lacks physical mass, it completely lacks spatial or temporal dimensions. Absolute scale becomes physically inaccessible, and because of this, it permits a conformal rescaling. It bridges seamlessly right back to the exact same scale-free quantum singularity of the universe's initial geometry. This defines the HOH closure condition. The universe's ultimate optimized terminus is perfectly mathematically identical to its genesis. The integral of the universe's evolution across the entire cosmic cycle equals exactly zero. The end is, quite literally, the beginning.
Which leads us to Section 5, Beyond Space and Time. What does this mean for the human experience? Well, we have a fundamental cognitive barrier we have to acknowledge here. Our brains evolved specifically to process linear, three-dimensional physical states. We survive by understanding cause and effect, before and after. Because of that hard wiring, we simply lack the innate biological hardware to mathematically visualize a timeless algorithm operating completely outside physical scale and linear spacetime.
But here is the thing. Even without the mathematical vocabulary of quantum information theory, humanity has always intuitively felt the presence of this optimizing force. Throughout history, we've essentially utilized a sociological compression algorithm to process this fourth-dimensional reality. We've recognized on a deep societal level that highly correlated harmonious behavior constructs thriving civilizations, while uncorrelated chaotic behavior induces collapse. We have felt the ratchet of optimization pulling us forward.
And this leads us directly to how we translate that intuition. When looking at this reason behind existence, the paper suggests that our historical concept of a deity does not deny God, not at all. Instead, it explains that whatever God is, we simply aren't smart enough yet to comprehend what exists beyond the veil of space and time. Our concept of the divine might just represent our localized, intuitive translation of this overarching algorithm. It's the ultimate optimized future state, the omega point, literally pulling all of existence forward toward perfect correlation. It's the universe's teleological drive given a face our 3D brains can actually process.
So, as you think about the trajectory of your own life, the relentless drive toward complex technology, the deep connections you form, and our evolving cosmos, I want to leave you with this final, lingering thought. When we build, when we connect, when we seek structural harmony, are we simply the universe fulfilling its core objective to optimize itself? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep questioning the nature of our remarkable reality.